Oh, yeah. She's following her nose, Cindy. I think she's smelling her way over to you. Oh, sorry, Mabel. We'll get you a treat coming up in just a bit. Okay, so you have some good news to share, something good that happened to you this week, right? Randy, this lady has been very busy.
We've been very busy. In 10 days, we managed to build out our entire new kitchen, and we moved to the AMP at 16 Tech on Monday. We opened for our first day of retail.
So
Yay! Our first week in the books.
A round of applause. That is amazing. That is amazing. Okay, well, let's get right to what you brought us today and what you have cooking.
You got it. Well, today we're going to focus on our one cupcake a year, or our one cupcake that we make a year for 2 weeks. It's our Irish cupcake. Jameson whiskey ganache is what we're going to be doing real quick here. So I've just heated up some cream. I've got some bittersweet chocolate.
Ooh.
We're just going to pour that cream after it hits a boil and let that start to melt. Do its job, that hot cream.
And it just melts all right there.
Sure does. And we're just going to stir that real gently until all of that melts. And when it does, we're just going to add a little bit of butter and then some good old Jameson.
Oh, Can I ask you, why do you do it just for a couple weeks a year?
Well,
I mean, it looks fantastic.
When I've been in business about 16 years, and when we first started doing this, I really wanted to focus on my training, which is French. So we're really known for our croissants, our French macarons, entremets, things like that. And we just didn't want to be a cupcake shop. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because I love to eat a cupcake. We just didn't want to be the ones making them. So we just decided not to, and kind of went different routes with our pastry. But I'm a good old Irish girl. I'm the Donahue family background. So we do our lovely one for St. Patrick's Day. So every year we start exactly 2 weeks from St. Patrick's Day, and we stop on St. Patrick's Day. So I'm going to just add a little bit of butter to that.
I just love all the
put more butter in there if you want.
I know. Trust me, that's one thing we don't ever lack at our shop is the use of butter. And then just a little bit of Jameson. And then once that's all melted and it sets up really nice, then we'll just use that to fill our cupcakes.
So do some of your customers know, especially if they're regulars, they know you don't do cupcakes often? I feel like I'd be flocking to you.
We have been very busy, and we have a lot of orders for this weekend. We do the Carmel Farmers Market on Saturdays.
Oh, fun.
This is our, I think, 15th year there. So we've already got a ton of orders for tomorrow. Folks coming to the new shop tomorrow to pick a bunch up. And then we also do a macaron version of it, which are these guys right here. So there's Guinness in the shell, the Jameson ganache is in the center, and then the Bailey's is in the ring on the outside there.
That sounds delicious. What about the icing?
This is a really great icing. I absolutely love it. It's a buttercream, but it has a little bit of cream cheese in there also. So it's just butter, cream cheese, powdered sugar, and then Bailey's. So all the good things in life.
It looks delicious.
It does, and the pretty sprinkles on tops. But obviously you do more as well. You talked about your homemade granola, and what are these guys again that you called?
These are our croissants. So I brought in 3 of our croissants. This is the pain au chocolat chocolate croissant. This is our plain butter croissant. And then this is our ham and cheese. We use Smoking Goose's City Ham.
Ooh, that sounds good, Randy.
And that's a great savory option too.
That could be a good lunch option for you. I do believe. I'm a huge fan of sugar cookies. I love a good sugar cookie, and you guys have those as well.
We do. This is the recipe. My mom this is how I learned how to bake, was making these cookies. And my mom actually worked at the shop for us up until COVID, and then she obviously hasn't been back in since. But this is, when my sister and I went to Butler, and she would ship us a box of cookies for all the different holidays, and all of our friends would appear magically looking for sugar cookies. But we've just always made the cookies, and we change them for the holidays. And we just finished our Valentine Hearts. We did some Mardi Gras ones, and now we're on to our Shamrocks for St. Patrick's Day.
So this is like a family thing here, the cooking and all that?
Well, I grew up baking. I didn't know what a box mix was. I mean, we did everything from scratch.
Wow.
So you had a friend spend the night, you went down to your grandma's, and we made pies. I mean, that was what we did. But I've always baked, and so this was about 16 years ago, sort of a change of career in my life, and went full-time into the baking side. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. That's her career, baking. My career is eating.
I need people like you.
I know. And I know you love chocolate, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like we might need to have you try, I mean, just to make sure it's good for us to try
Twist his arm.
Cupcake, perhaps. Can I grab one of these,
Please do,
Cindy? Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay, now tell me about your shop in general, because we saw some pictures a little bit earlier. What can people expect when they walk in? I mean, you've got, I know, a nice variety as well.
Sure. In terms of the products that we carry, really, a lot of things. The breakfast items, pastries.
Oh,
Isn't that good? Thank
it's
you.
delicious.
Thank you.
No, I'm not just saying that.
Thank you.
Delicious.
I appreciate that. A lot of the breakfast pastries, the granolas, the jams, a lot of entremets, specialty cakes, things like that.
Yeah.
But like I said, we just moved into the AMP, which is a part of the 16 Tech Innovative District.
And you said you're so excited.
I'm so excited.
Building,
it's just such a really
different.
neat project, and I hope people will follow it. And I can tell you their Instagram is the AMP Indy, is the building
AMP
that we're going to be
Indy.
in. And right now they've just released a few of the names of the businesses coming in. We're the first ones there. We
Yeah.
had to make our transition quick. So we're the first ones open already. Tinker Coffee will be right next to us. Proc
Yeah.
Salads will be right next to them. Black Orchid Barbers, Frankie's Pizza Parlor, which is George Turquette, if you're familiar with Turquette's. And then next week they'll be announcing some new restaurants coming in too.
That's
So
amazing. All
we're so
kinds
excited.
of good stuff.
We're
Well,
so
if you're wondering
excited.
where to follow her and all that good stuff, we'll put that on IndyStyle.tv. I want to know. I mean, just get it. Yeah.
I'm leaving them all for
I'll
you,
read
so
the
you got
teas.
plenty.
I'll read the teas. We'll
really
let
good.
Randy eat. It's what he does best.